Hey, what's going on, man?
What's going on?
Nothing much. Just coming off of Space in Clubhouse. How you feeling?
Clubhouse. I'm just chilling here at home.
That's good. There you go. Oh my goodness. Let's see. We got a whole bunch to talk about. Let's see. Hmm. Oh well, let's see. I think we can talk about your Warriors. Oh, speaking of the Warriors, how are they doing right now?
As of right now, not too hot, honestly, but there's better times coming, I feel like.
Do you think you guys will have enough to at least make it to the playoffs? And if so, are you?
Playoffs, yeah, this team is. Their DNA is not to not make the playoffs,
Oh my goodness! Oh my, you
honestly.
got you can say that again. And my team. Well, you know I'm a Celtics fan, so you know my team
Yeah,
has been up and down lately. But Jesus, at least we've won three of three of our last four games so far,
yeah.
and we're on a 3 game
Um,
winning streak. And Jesus Christ, I mean it's not too bad.
y'all have been pretty good all year.
Uh, with a few minor games that we should have won, then yeah.
Exactly,
I mean, you're talking about a
but
team that's
been
0
up
and
at the
3
East,
against the
up
Orlando
like
Magic,
at the
so it's
top of the
just
East
like
all year.
crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys, I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, you're still what in
I
a
mean, it
playing
could be a
tournament,
lot
right?
worse given all the injuries.
Hmm.
That's my take on it.
And now,
Like with the guys in and out all the time, I'm just like, this could be a lot worse.
could be a lot worse. I mean, well, yikes, y'all did lose by 3 to the Timberwolves on Sunday.
That was man,
So explain to me what happened in that game because I didn't watch that. I didn't watch that game. So what exactly
man.
happened?
Okay, so this is funny because Poole is having a good game, so he stayed into the clutch,
Mm-hmm.
which always has us fans worried because he has a turnover problem, to say the least. So this guy, he takes a heat check three because he was like starting to get on fire, and he chucks up a dumb three. Like, well, it was open, but he misses when he could have just driven to the rim. We were down two. Takes a three, misses, and then they get the ball back. They don't score. Um, then we get the ball. Clay hits a three. Then we get the ball back again. Like this is at the like very end of the game. Poole has the ball, and Steph is sitting in the corner. Poole tries to feed Steph the ball, goes out of bounds.
So it goes out of bounds.
Not out of bounds, but like Timberwolves get a fast break three by Cat. Like he pulls up for three, and that's it, basically.
Mm-mm-mm. And and speaking of Curry, what's going on with Curry, man? Like you're talking about a guy. Hold on, let me.
He's in a little slump.
This man shot
He's in a little
8 of
slump.
23 from the field and 4 of 13 from 3 point range. What's going
Yeah.
on, man?
um, I couldn't really say. It's not that he's dealing with an injury. I don't think so, because he hasn't gotten hurt these last few games. But he has these type of slumps for a few games sometimes, and he
Hmm.
usually snaps out of it. I feel a good game tonight, especially on national television.
Hmm. I agree, man. I mean, hopefully he'll get out of this little slump. I mean, well, you guys do face the Pelicans tonight, and they're sitting at 38, 37, so slightly above 500. How confident do you feel in this game?
I mean, they're rolling right now. Um, they're definitely rolling. But I think we have the edge because our defense last game with GP2 back, that was a very good sign. Which, because our defense without him, like the energy just isn't there. And now that like he knows the system. He knows like how to play in our system. Our defense is just more consistent throughout the game. If you know what I mean. Before it was like
Mm,
it would be good sometimes. Like our energy would fall off sometimes. But whenever he's in the game, the energy is always there.
there you go. But I don't know, man. These Pelicans, boy, they're coming off of a hot streak. I think they've won five.
Hot
No,
streak,
they're
yeah,
seeking
but
their
they
sixth straight victory right now.
six.
I don't
I didn't
know,
know it was that
man.
much.
I don't know,
Wow,
man.
I
I
didn't know
think
it
I
was
might put my money on
six.
the Pelicans, man. I don't know. Unless if you can convince me otherwise.
I didn't know it was six.
Mm,
uh, hmm. Yeah, it's a tough one, but since their dubs are at home and they've been pretty good at home, I'll take the dubs, bro. Like they they know what time it is. Like they can't afford to lose this one, honestly.
All right, let's take a look at the injury report. So Jordan Poole is doubtful. Draymond Green is
No,
doubtful. Yep. Andrew Wiggins is out.
really?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep, this
we
is
already
what
know
the
that.
injury report's saying. And then Gary Payton for you guys is out. Well, excuse me, is doubtful. So I don't know, man. Those
Wait,
those
hold
look
on.
like significant players to me.
They're doubtful.
Mm-hmm.
What I've been hearing is that they're all playing because it says Dre and Jordan Poole are both probable since
Oh,
yesterday.
so they're probable since yesterday. I got you.
Yeah, so it looks like we have all our guys besides um Wiggins, of course, which that's a
Yeah,
situation
that's
of
gonna be
its
a
own.
blow.
That's a situation of its own.
So yeah, we'll see what this game. We'll see what this Golden State
This is a
Pelicans
tough
game.
team, but we got it. I think these they're not gonna let another one slip.
So I hope not.
If Zion was healthy, you could give me the you could give me more of a scare, but
What? More than
I got the
scared than
Warriors
C.J.
winning by.
McCollum and Brandon Ingram?
You see, I feel like our defense at home is just way better, and especially with GP2 back, that we get this one.
Hmm. I don't know, man. That C.J. McCollum is he's dangerous, boy.
And they're coming off a back to back.
My goodness, man. So we'll see what happens.
I respect CJ, but they're on a back to back. We're at home. We got GP2. We got everyone healthy. They know what's up.
There you go. I mean, I'm pretty sure your schedule the rest of the way should be easy because after the Pelicans, you got the Spurs, and then in April, ooh,
That's
and then in April, there's 4 games left. So the first of your April games, you got the Nuggets.
that's gonna be the roughest game. That's
Oh
like
yeah,
one
I
game
can
that we
definitely see you
have to
guys
win.
losing that game. And then, and then after that, you got the Thunder. How we feeling?
Thunder.
Yeah,
It really depends where they are in the standings and if they're still in the play-in picture. If you know what I mean.
I mean, true.
If they're still like trying to get into a play-in and be in the play-in and haven't like shut down Shea or anything, then it's gonna be a good game. If not, I think we got that
Mm.
easy.
I don't know. The last
But
time y'all faced the Thunder, I
even with
mean,
them, yeah, I know, I know. Last time I
oh
was
my
there,
goodness, man.
it was not the greatest because Curry dropped like
So,
50 something and lost.
look,
But Jordan is playing a lot better besides
and
his
then
turnovers in the clutch.
let me take a look here, and then we
And at the
got.
end of the year, he tends to play really good.
Let's see. Ooh, and then y'all face the Kings afterwards.
Kings playoff matchup. I say, I say that's our playoff matchup because Dre said on the podcast he wants to play Sac because of the travel. You feel?
So let's see. You got the Kings afterwards, and then
Yo,
oh wait, can you hear me? Hello?
yeah, no, you were
Oh
you
wait,
were
I don't
muted
think
for
I
a
can hear
hot
you. Hold
second.
on. I think you might have to drop back down and then request back up. I'll send you back up.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
All right, I
All
don't know
right, I
what
got you.
happened there, but you
Perfect.
just went dead quiet for a second. I was just like,
Nah, I'm telling you, it's this technology, man. It's crazy
but
sometimes.
yeah, about the playoffs, I think that Sac game is gonna be a great preview of the playoffs because I think we'll stay around that six, especially
Mm.
with what Dre said on the podcast.
Now, since the Warriors are now the seventh seed right now, and if for some reason y'all still stay in the playing tournament, what's a team that you do not want to see in the playing team again
In the
going
play-in,
against y'all?
don't want to see the Lakers.
Oh, the
Don't want to see the
Lakers.
Lakers.
And why not, man? I mean, aren't the Lakers not that hot either?
They're not that hot, but they're the team that we would probably fear the most, if you know what I mean.
Out of the whole entire playing team. All right, so let's take a look
That's
at
like
where the
I think
standings
we
are
would
at.
win,
Son.
but that's like our biggest shot of losing, if you know what I mean. And of course, a
Hmm.
healthy Pelicans team, which maybe could happen.
Let's see, because the teams that are currently in the playing right now, there's you guys, there's the Pelicans at 8, the Lakers at
Yeah.
9, and then OKC at 10.
Okay. Yeah. So definitely, I would say Lakers because they are rolling with all their guys healthy. They haven't lost a game with their new trio of D'Lo, Russ. I mean D'Lo, Braun, and AD. So
Yeah, and then I don't know what's going on with people. Like I just don't understand why they're attacking AD when he's doing all that he can do on that
for
team. Like
real,
yes, I understand that the injuries are a bit concerning as any injury should be, but Jesus Christ, man, like people give him slack for no reason.
yeah. What I got to say about that is, I think sometimes he just plays lazy. Honestly,
Mm.
like this is no hate to him because I bro is a menace when he's healthy, but sometimes I see him just not interested. You know what I mean? Like when he doesn't have the ball, he just seems uninterested on offense. And
So you're saying yeah.
this is
I
why I
I
feel
see
like
what you're
he's
saying.
better when Braun's out. This is no discredit to him though.
Right, absolutely not. Like, I've always respected Anthony Davis. Like he was a beast when he was in New Orleans, and then when he came to the Lakers and got a ring, hey man, it is what it is.
Real talk. He was different in the bubble.
Ah yes, that little bubble. Yeah, we'll leave that up for for talks later. That's a different discussion for a different time.
Yeah. But ever since then, it's just been injuries on injuries, and then people just, Laker Nation loves to hate on
Oh yeah,
their
we got
players
a
whenever
whole
they can.
we got tons of spaces on Twitter that are full of them. And
Yep.
nah, those Laker spaces really run deep. Like they
They
literally
are.
have
I've
like
been in a lot
700
of.
people in these spaces.
I've been in these Laker therapy whatever spaces, and
The Laker therapy sessions. Mm-hmm.
it gets wild.
Oh nah, trust me, I've been in one of those spaces. Yeah, people were just like ragging on each other. I'm just like, whoa, like what's going on? Like we're supposed to be talking about sports. Like what? Like why are we moving the goalpost all of a sudden?
For real. Question about your Celtics. You saw what JB
Uh
said the other day, right?
oh.
In that post game interview. What do you think of that?
You know, You know what I think? I think JB is still gonna be here for the long run. We are going to pay the man, okay? I understand that there's some grumblings about him, wanting to be respected in an organization, and me personally, I would love to have Jalen back here, absolutely, because other than Tatum, he's been one of the more dynamic players on this team. Like you can see it in the way he plays. You can see it in the
Exactly.
way he shows it in the locker room. Like he's that presence that we need so desperately on this team. Now,
Yeah.
people for a long time have been trying to, separate JB from JT. Yes, and I've heard it even amongst the Boston fans because you know how Boston fans get sometimes.
Yeah, they
They're
get.
they're 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 all over the place. Now, I luckily was not one of the people who wanted to get JB out of here, even with those Kevin Durant trade,
I respect that.
trade deadline approaching, whatever the case may be. I'm like, no, why would you give up a core player like Jalen Brown for a
Exactly.
guy who's about to hit 35, 36, whatever the case may be. He's not the same KD as he once was because he's
Injury
coming off
riddled.
of injuries. Yep,
Yeah.
he like every time I hear about KD, it's always injuries. It's always this. It's always that, and I'm not willing to trade a core piece, a solid core piece, may I add, and Jalen Brown for Kevin Durant. I was all over Twitter. I can literally pull up tweets
Nah,
saying I do
I
not
believe it.
want I do not want to trade Jalen Brown away. Now, with that being said, everything's going to sort itself out. And we are going to pay Jalen Brown. That's the end of it. That is the end of the
All
story.
right.
I feel very strongly about Jalen Brown. I mean, he can be a
Number
threat
one.
anyway
Do you think he'll
for
want to be
anybody who
number one?
gets him. There's been some rumors that Cleveland might be looking into Jalen Brown. I'm like, you know what?
They out of their minds.
No,
Honestly.
like Cleveland can stay over there, and then when we re-sign Jalen Brown, which I know we will, trust me, like they wouldn't be that dense to give up Jalen Brown without at least a significant haul for him. He's gonna be a Boston Celtic, and that's it. That is the end of it. No, I'm
All
not
right.
entertaining
Can I
these
say one
trade
more thing
ideas.
about
Nothing.
this? One more question, like before we, because I know you say Jalen is gonna be a Celtic forever or whatever, and you guys are gonna pay him. What if he requested trade, and like he wants to be an alpha? You see that happening or no? Because this is kind of what I'm getting from this post game like interview.
Mm.
Do you think it's kind of you
Now,
know you
now,
kind of know what I'm trying to say, right?
So from the interview that I've seen that we've seen, right? I mean, if it comes down to that, then dear God, help us all. Like no, I'm being legitimately serious. I'm being serious. If it comes down to that, then if we were if he somehow was able to request a trade, if he were to come out and say, "Hey guys, you know what? I just don't feel like I'm being respected enough here in Boston, which is absolutely crazy because we've shown him nothing but respect, you know. Hence the reason why we gave him that 4 year extension in the first place. If we feel like Jaylen Brown wasn't the answer, then we could have let him walk a long time ago, but we didn't. We extended him to a 4 year contract, and if he wants, to be paid, I say let him get paid. If if the push comes to shove where we do have to pay him, I'm all for it. I'm all for keeping this Celtics core together. Do we need more help than what we need? Absolutely. But in terms of our core pieces come first. However,
Yeah.
however, the point that I'm trying to make here is if Jalen were to request a trade, and if he says, you know what, I'm not I'm not being respected enough in Boston, then
Not mo-
unfortunately,
my point was more not being respected because I know he's well respected around
absolutely.
Boston. It was more he doesn't want to be the Robin to Jason's Alpha. You know what I mean?
Mm. I mean, I don't think I see Jalen as more of a Robin. I think the both of them together, they just rely on each
Exactly.
other. When if Jalen has his bad days, Jason Tatum can pick up, and they can just feed
They
up
they
off of
mesh
each
really
other.
well together. Exactly.
Exactly. So I
But
don't really
what if
see it as
Jalen
a
is just like
Batman Robin type of thing. I just can't see it.
okay, yeah, but it's just a hypothetical, honestly. Um, because who knows how much better Jalen could be if he was like the number one on the team.
Like people don't understand that Jalen Brown as a number one, especially as a scoring option, as a number one scoring option, he can be a threat. Like you're talking about a guy who's having one of the best careers in the NBA right now, or having his best career year right now. See, let me
Even
show
with
you. Yep.
JT playing the way he is, yeah,
Yeah, let me show you like these are Jalen Brown's season stats as of right now. He's eighth in the league in scoring with 27 points per game. He has 7 rebounds per game, 3.4 assists per game, and he's shooting 49.4% from the field. And you mean to tell me that he can't be a threat as a number one someplace else? You're absolutely insane.
I'm not saying he's not, but what if he wants?
No, no, I didn't say. I'm just saying people in general.
Oh, okay.
Nah,
I
I
thought you
never
were
said
pointing to
you. I
me.
never
My
said
bad.
you.
I thought you were pointing to me. I'm like,
No, 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 no.
I'm the one that
No,
said he
see,
could
I
be a
don't.
good
I don't
number
ever
one on
point
another
to people.
team.
I just say people in general.
Okay. Yeah. Um. What about Grant's contract? Because apparently he wants some more
Yes.
money too.
Now they're like I'll tell you this. There's nowhere we're paying Grant Williams more than 20 or at least 20. That's not
Okay. Yeah,
happening.
that's insane.
Like if you come out and if you tell me that Grant Williams deserves to get $20 million a year, you're insane.
He does.
Now his impact as a role player, like I understand the impact that he had on us last season in that little finals run that we had. I get it.
But
But
he's very replaceable.
like we can easily find a replacement for Grant Williams exactly
Exactly.
for cheaper too. Like we're not
Like
about to spend all this money for
honestly,
come
Gallo
on
could fill
man.
that role.
We can't.
Honestly, Gallo could fill that role.
See, there we see exactly. Exactly, which is why
This is
we got
not any hate on Grant. Like
mm-hmm.
he's a great, like one of the better role players, but he's very replaceable. He's not a guy you pay 20 m's.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
that's kind of my take on all that. But if
And
you think push comes to
yep,
shove,
if
he
Grant
asked for
decides to go
that. The
somewhere else,
Celtics don't pay
fine.
him.
If he decides
The,
to go somewhere else, fine. I would have no problem with it. I would
okay.
have no problem with it. Does he deserve to get paid? Fine, absolutely. Like I'm not about to sit here and say that he doesn't deserve to get paid. If another team is willing to pay him what he wants, then by all means go for it. I'm not against you
Yeah,
getting the bag. I'm just saying, you really have to analyze yourself as a player and really, you put on your thinking cap in terms of how much you want to get paid. And $20 million a year for a player like Grant Williams just doesn't seem reasonable.
exactly.
Like I don't know where he's getting the notion that he's worth more than 20 million, maybe on another team, but just not here.
There's been rumors, so that's why I brought it up. There's been
And
rumors
I'm
that he
glad that you
wants like
did bring it up because these are things that we have to really get into detail about. You're absolutely right, and I'm glad that you brought
now.
it up.
If they decide to pay him 20 mil, which would be iffy, honestly, what would like the roster look like after that? Because you
Mm.
have to cut some cap.
Now, if that were to happen, then we would have
Because he's a
then we
free
would
agent this year,
yeah,
right?
then we would have to start looking at guys like Al Horford, who is a free agent, and we have to look at him. We could definitely use a replacement at center, just somebody to pair alongside Robert Williams, a guy who's
Exactly.
more younger, more quick, getting
But
off
also
the
has injury
yeah.
issues, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As a
So Al
just
Horford could
insurance.
possibly be a cap casualty. And then, well, we already, extended Marcus Smart's contract, and then and potentially, we got to pay Jalen Brown. And I really got to research what the Celtics cap space is at this point, but until I get, a more clear number on that, then
Hmm.
if we do decide to pay Grant Williams $20 million a year, I don't know where we would go.
That the Celtics would, the Twitter would be all over like that.
I've actually been in Celtics Twitter, so I know how they would respond. I know exactly how they would respond. So trust
Like
me,
being
it's
part of
just it's not gonna be
Dub Twitter,
nice.
like they would troll the hell out of Celtics Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would be an ugly scene if they decide to pay Grant and for example, decide to pay Grant instead of Jalen, which is like a hot take. That's not gonna happen.
Exactly. Exactly.
Just crazy to think of because it's just
It's just mind boggling. You're right.
and not really many words to describe it.
It's an indescribable feeling. Oh my goodness. Let's see. We've talked about Celtics. We talked about Warriors. Before, like,
What
can we
about like
explain what's going on with the Mavericks right now? Because I was
Mavericks?
convinced that with the acquisition of Kyrie Irving, that this team would at least try to take off. But now
They've
it
kind of
just hasn't
sunken. Yeah,
happened.
they've sunken. I was one that bought all into the Kyrie trade also, but I didn't know that this would turn out the way it has. Honestly, I didn't think their defense would be this much of an issue,
But yeah, it's definitely starting to show, man.
and it's really looking like he's a 1 year rental,
Like
half
Jesus
year rental.
Christ, like I
My
just
bad.
can't. I can't even fathom this. Like they are 3-7 in their last 10 games, which
The
is
6 and 7 overall with Kai, which I mean the offense isn't the problem. The
nah. It's
defense
more
is god
it's more
awful.
so based on the defense, man.
Jason Kidd is a terrorist coach. He doesn't start Christian
Oh
Wood. Makes
yeah,
no
huh,
sense to
you
me.
you you don't have to tell me twice, man.
Like the boy starts Dwight Powell over Christian Wood. Like your defense is already bad enough. Start
And this is a
Christian
team
Wood,
that
bro.
lost the Hornets not once but twice in
Twice.
winnable games. And
Man.
now Wednesday, the last game of March, they really have to face the Maverick. No, the Sixers, and that's gonna be a tall task for them.
Yeah. Honestly, don't I don't see them not making the playoffs or not making the play in, cause then I don't know, things are gonna be said about Mark Cuban and Jason Kidd
Nah, I guarantee you somebody's gonna get fired.
if they
Either
don't make the
that or the
play
whole
in.
house gets cleaned.
Honestly, I feel like the Mavericks want to miss the play in at this point, just so Kidd can get the hell up out of there.
It's like they're not even trying to win these games. Like, come on. Like, I understand you lose to like a team like the Hornets once. Okay, fine, I get it. And this is coming from a guy whose team is 0-3 against the Orlando Magic, which I will
Exactly.
not discuss at this further time. But you in a dire situation, not only lose to them once, but you lose to them twice in what should have been winnable games for your squad. Like, I just don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to really explain this Mavs team. Um. And hard to see what they do with Kyrie, if he wants to stay or not. I'm very like I don't know what to think about this guy anymore. He's a hooper, but he just never knows what he wants, where he wants to be. Honestly,
Exactly.
his,
I mean, would you say that the Mavericks were well are obviously the biggest disappointments in the NBA thus far?
since the trade deadline, yes.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I kind of have to agree with you on that one. The Mavs have been terrible. Like, there's just
um.
no simple explanation for it.
Honestly, I'll tell you this: credit to the Nets for moving on from Kyrie.
Jesus Christ! I mean, they basically moved on from that whole entire big three, and
I
we know
thought it
how
would.
people were about the Nets, right?
I thought they would turn into a dumpster fire after all those trades. They proved me wrong.
I mean, hey, the Nets are still sitting pretty. They're at 6 or 7 in the East right now.
Honestly,
So
yeah.
hey,
I never
maybe it
thought.
was a
I
good
thought
thing
they
that they
would.
moved on from him.
I thought they would just completely fall off, but that's a credit to their coach.
I agree. You know, they have a lot of young talent on that team. I don't know what's going on with Ben Simmons and that's a whole
Ben
nother
Simmons is
topic
a
for a
lost
whole
cause.
different time. That's a whole different topic for a whole different time. Like I already know what my viewpoint is on Ben Simmons, but we don't have
He's
to
a
get
lost
there.
cause. He's out of it mentally. He doesn't
And
give
now
effort
there's
on the
just
court.
these reports on his injuries and stuff. I'm just like, no, you know,
I think
he's
this guy
done.
just doesn't want to play
He
at this
doesn't want
point.
to play. That I think
It
that's
can't
what it
be an
all boils
injury.
down
It
to.
came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that
Like
report
last
was
year when he
just
said it was mental stuff, I kind of had his side. You feel bad for the guy, kind of. But a back issue? Come on.
yeah, which is beyond
A back
crazy.
issue from sitting on the couch, buddy.
And you want to know what's funny? He had this. He had the same problems as he had last year. And I remember people telling me in that Celtics Nets series that, oh, just watch when Ben Simmons comes back. I'm like, comes back from what?
That's all
Even
I
with Ben
saw
Simmons on
over
the
the.
court, he's still not gonna do anything. He's still not gonna do anything. And I told people
And it
he's not
wouldn't have
he
changed anything if he did.
like Nets
Cause,
fans are just
Cause y'all had
crazy.
KD and Kai in a box.
I mean, I've never seen Kevin Durant get clamped up the way he did against in that
Never.
Celtics series.
Never.
I guarantee you, if LeBron played in that series, he wouldn't have gotten clamped up like KD did.
No.
That I'm just saying.
He would have played bully ball, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Like,
um
dude, you are almost what? You are 7 foot. You are 7 foot one. How do you get clamped up like this, man? I like you gotta create shots
Yikes,
for
I've never
yourself,
seen him miss
man.
so many middies.
Like, come on.
Like he's got the most unguardable midi, honestly. And him breaking all those shots, I'm just like, bro, you gotta be messing around at this point.
Like, this is not the same KD that went to battle against the Bucks in that series that they had 2 years ago. Like, this
That
is
was an
not the
all-time
same.
KD performance.
Mm-hmm.
He put that team on his back. Like, But in the Celtics series, he just looked like ever since he was out of rhythm, he just looked uninterested.
Like it took him until game four of that series for him to finally wake up. But by then it was already too late.
It was little too late. And honestly, that series had me thinking y'all would win the finals. Like that was your year to win. But then out of nowhere, there's this guy Wiggins, and he just turned into another level in the playoffs that I didn't know he had. Like he was great defensively, like in the regular season, but in the playoffs he really turned it up a notch.
Mm-hmm.
And we needed it with Clay struggling in the playoffs. Very inconsistent. I Going into that series, I had a lot of thoughts, but we we really pulled it out, man.
Mm.
Which I still don't really have words for. I didn't like the core of this team. I like gave us a chance because of it, but man, that was something else. Because y'all's defense was the best in the playoffs.
Absolutely. And
Locking
with
up
a
KD
healthy
and
Robert
Kai, I
Williams,
was
it
like,
was off the charts.
I'm just like, Steph is gonna struggle versus this defense, man. Like he's the one man show, and but then like Wiggins is stepping up. Like all the role players are stepping up and playing their roles. Like everything
Now,
is really.
mm-hmm. When the Celtics were up 2-1, what was your initial reaction?
I'm just like
And
Steph
then
is
what?
gonna go
Mm-hmm.
crazy, bro. That was my initial thought. Steph is going crazy.
And that smile. Hold on, I think I have a. Oh my god,
I'm sure you
I
do.
don't want to have to pull it up. I really don't want to have to pull it up. But Jesus Christ, man, like it. That smile that Curry had at the end of Game Three, it was just
It was something else.
no. Like it was just
Cause didn't he
Jesus.
get hurt?
Um, I don't know.
Yeah, he did get hurt before game 3, right? Or
Oh
no,
yeah,
before
yeah,
game
yeah, yeah. He
4.
had a I think it was a lower leg injury. I think.
Something like that. Yeah, and I was wondering if he was even gonna play. Of course he was gonna play, but is he gonna be 100%? I feel like that performance was like one of the all-time great performances in finals history, just because of the injury he was probably playing through. Honestly,
Mm.
and especially against Marcus.
Yeah, but then and then Game Four, then on forward, it's just like we just lost sight of the game. Like there was just too many turnovers. Tatum was dealing with a unspecified injury at the time. Like we were
Okay,
just
do
like,
you really think he was dealing with
hmm.
an injury?
Do I think he was the only one with injury?
No, he was dealing with that injury. Because I see that after the season, I'm just like, what the heck?
Mm.
He was never on any injury reports.
Which was crazy.
Oh my goodness, you pulled up the tweet.
Yep, I pulled
Bruh.
up the tape. Like we were like it was
That
literally.
face.
Hmm. Oh, yep, it's that
Man.
face, man. Like that face will forever be iconic.
Like, what did you think when you saw that face? Because,
Now, when I saw this game, right? When I literally turned on the picture and then saw this, I thought we had a chance to win this game regardless because we were up 2-1. I'm like, there was no way we could possibly have, blown a 2-1 lead in the finals, right?
yeah.
And then yeah, everything after that just went to complete
Hmm.
another trash.
Like, the team completely switched ever since that game.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I've seen two different teams. Like, I know JT was struggling all finals, but then the turnovers starting racking up, and the shots didn't start going in, and then the effort wasn't there on defense, leaving Curry open on screens, playing drop coverage. Like, that's a recipe for disaster.
And turnovers have been what killed us in these in the finals last year. There was a stat that I saw in which it said that Jason Tatum had about at least 100 plus turnovers in the playoffs, including the finals, which was absolutely insane.
Yeah. That is
and
insane.
and what I've been saying in the off season, like we have got to get better with our ball handling. We have got to
That's
get
why
better with
Brog
our
was a great
turnovers
signing.
because we can't afford to have another 2-1 lead if we do make the finals and then just blow it all the way because we can't learn how to handle the ball because we can't learn how to get off the pick and rolls and just stop
Exactly. That's why
Steph Curry
Brogdon
from
was a
shooting all over the
great
place from
signing.
lights out. We just can't do that.
That's why Brogdon was a great signing because that's exactly what y'all needed.
Mm-hmm.
Because Marcus isn't the best ball handler.
Like I understand that Marcus Smart is not technically a true point guard, but I
Yeah,
do commend his, try to, his defensive performances. I do commend him on that.
yeah, for sure.
But it's just that we need help. We need guys that are able to match up with guys like the Warriors. And I'll be honest, like even though like Steph Curry always gets my respect, but this iteration of the Warriors last season that won the finals, it wasn't necessarily their best
It
team.
wasn't. That's why I was like on another world when they won. I'm like, I didn't expect this at all. Like it was a tough, gritted out, not super team, not that, you know, type of win, which is something fans aren't really used to. Honestly, we've
Yeah,
kind of
and
been given a lot.
yeah, and one of the reasons
Not
why I
saying
thought
that
that this
like
Celtics team might win the finals is because we've actually had some tough games. Like you take a look at back at that Bucks series last year, there were
exactly.
multiple chances where we could have won the game and then turnovers just cost us the game.
That's what
Like
I
it
also
was
saw in the
just
finals.
toughed
I'm
out,
like,
gritted
this is
out.
what
And especially in
forced
that
turnovers,
Miami
and you
series
have
as
a shot.
well.
I'm just like, forced turnovers, you have a shot at winning this, and it just
Yeah.
really came the truth.
Mm-hmm. Like we were just battle tested. That's one of the reasons why I thought we would win the series against the Warriors, but
The
we
turnover issue
just
was
the
just,
turnover it's just imploded, man.
and
I mean,
JT, who knows what was up.
and then you guys, you're I mean, would I call the Warriors battle tested during that playoff
Honestly, they
during the
had it
playoffs
pretty
last season?
easy.
Because y'all did have to go up against the Ja Morant and the Grizzlies, and they were giving
But
y'all a
they were
hard time.
very
But they were
inexperienced.
but they wouldn't last long, and then you had to deal with Doncic, but that didn't last long either.
Yeah, we kind of had a cakewalk in the leading up to the finals, so I don't really know what to say about that.
But hey, man,
And
I
and
congratulate
we had
Steph
time to
for
get
getting his
into
fourth
rhythm.
ring. I congratulate him for getting his fourth ring.
Yeah,
He did what he had to do.
even like with all the inconsistencies of the role players. No, well, co-stars, in Poole and Clay, you know, who thought we would win with them being inconsistent
And
because
then
they were the X factors because the guys being consistent were Steph and Wiggs.
and Wiggins was just clamping down Jason Tatum.
On
I
another
could see
level,
it
I'm
throughout
just
the
like,
whole entire series, man. Like he was giving that man problems, bro. I'm like, Tatum, what are you doing? You like just use your size against him. Like, what are you doing?
but the thing is, did he really have that much size on him? Like they're about the same size, right?
About the same height, but it's just Jesus, man. Like I've never seen Tatum get clamped up
This is why
like
it
this
really
is
hurts to see
crazy.
Wiggs out right now. Like you gotta pray for the man.
Yeah, I'm praying for him, trust me.
This would be a very different season without him. I mean, with him, because bro was. The thing is, he hasn't been great all year. Like he started off the year better than ever, and
Mm-hmm.
then he gets that injury. He comes back slow from it. He starts to get back his rhythm. Then personal issues. I'm just like, what? Out of where? And then all these rumors that people leak all over Twitter. I'm just like, bro, are you guys okay? Like, it's family issues. Like, why spread rumors?
I'm telling
And the
you.
fact that
Yep.
his wife is
Come
getting
on.
annoyed, like that speaks to it. That speaks to like Twitter and social media itself. There's like leave me the fuck alone. I'm just like, man, this family's got to be going through some shit.
But nah, I mean, hopefully these Warriors, man, hopefully they can turn the ship around, man. Because honestly, y'all need something.
We need something. We need to build something to the end of the season and keep up the momentum. Honestly, that's our best shot at anything. And our best shot at anything is playing the Grizzlies or the Kings in the first round.
Mm. Now, who do you
That's
not want to see in the first
who do I
round?
not want to see? Honestly, I don't want to see Ty Lue in the Clippers if they're fully healthy.
What? You don't want to see the Clippers in the first round?
Call me crazy because they got a super deep team.
I mean, let's
Clippers.
see.
I don't want
Yeah.
to see the Clippers.
Mm.
I don't want to see the Nuggets.
Oh, obviously, yeah, yeah, no,
Obviously,
because if y'all face the Nuggets, then I don't know,
we
man.
could give Joker some problems, but they got they got MPJ, they got Jamal, they got the perfect team in there. They got
Yeah, I
the
kind of agree with you. Like, I wouldn't want to see the Nuggets either.
mm-mm.
Well, thank God I'm in the Eastern Conference. Like, you know what? Just give me any team in the
Y'all
first round
y'all
in the
gonna have
Eastern
a nice
Conference.
first round matchup. Y'all probably gonna have
If you give us the Sixers in the first round, I guarantee you we're either sweeping them or we're winning in five. I'll be generous to say at the max we'll be winning at six. But like
yeah.
there's just no I just
I'll
find
say
it
six.
there's no
Honestly,
way that the Sixers would take us to a 7 game series. There's no way.
no
Absolutely not. And you know what? I feel confident enough when I say this, but give me the Bucks the first round. I don't care. Give me the Bucks the
Bucks.
first round.
They're not gonna
Mm-hmm.
make the first
Man,
round.
you better cut that.
Well. How you doing,
Jalen
Raid?
Brown's about to be a Nick, bro.
Oh my goodness, you'll just never let it go, huh?
Hey man, it's not my fault. He's not fucking with y'all. I mean, Boston is significant, and like what's crazy, and I haven't like said this anywhere or to anybody, but I've been thinking about it because I've been doing some simple math. I think he's gonna end up in LA with Kyrie, bro. That'll be the last.
There's
That'll be the last.
oh
That is
god,
wild. That
that
is
is
wild.
disgusting.
Bro. Wherever Kyrie goes, don't be surprised if Jalen Brown goes.
I would rather see Jalen in Cleveland than I would rather see him as a Lakers. There's no way.
I'm telling you.
What post game interviews can do to some fans.
I
It's not even a post game interview, bro. It's just his whole way that he moves now is it's Kyrie like almost, and it
Didn't he just play well last
has nothing
game?
to do with his play, bro. It has to do with his beliefs and his ideology. Like you get what I'm saying?
What beliefs? Where's this coming from?
This is coming from him saying that he doesn't fuck with Boston's
I have seen
racist
nothing about
fucking.
this. Like,
All right, let me let me take a look at Jalen Brown on Twitter and see what's the latest.
like,
Maybe Twitter can give us some answers.
like, I'm just like, where is this coming out of?
You're a Warriors fan, bro. That's cool. That
Yes,
must be nice.
it is nice.
You gotta say it like that. That's kind of
It is
Dear
definitely
God.
nice. But it was nice talking with you. I'm gonna hop off here for a minute, and I'm gonna go grab some dinner.
Oh yeah, don't worry, guys. I'll create another space like this in a few, so we can chop it up later on.
Real talk.
All right,
We'll
it's
catch
been
up
fun,
later.
gentlemen.
Peace out.
I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.